RamiX, back in our video. In today's video, as Tell suggests, is what if Naruto was an Otsutsutski? I hope you all enjoy this new installment to the What Ifs on my channel. And if you're new here, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, as I'm trying to hit 9K by August and 14K by the end of the year. Share the video to friend likes with this, just anime content in general. Comment down below your thoughts and feelings about the video, as well as what if suggestions, so that I can add them to my vault to be done at a later time. If you're an impressionable kid, please don't watch this video, but if you're not, then continue and watch further. And with that being said, let's get into the video. Yoshiki Otsutsutski would come down to the planet known as Earth as a scout for the Otsutsutski to see Kaguya, the princess of the Otsutsutski, is progress. Because in this timeline, Otsutsutski don't always travel together. The White Fang was stated to be on the level of the Sannin, and because this was right before he had died, and Yoshiki was defeated by Kid Naruto with the Amp of the Nine Tails, I believe that the White Fang, in theory, with the aid of many high-ranking Leaf, Jonin, and Chunin, should be able to defeat Yoshiki. And this time, Yoshiki would give his karma to Sakumo Hatake, as Yoshiki's body would be studied. A child would be born from two travelers seeking refuge and asylum in Konoha. At this moment, the Leaf would make a breakthrough, because the DNA within Yoshiki was able to be used, so they wanted to experiment with it and place it in this young boy. One of the villagers' guards would alert the scientist in the Leaf that the young boy had been born to the couple, and the couple didn't have enough funds to raise him. So they would put him up for adoption, with the Leaf taking the boy in and pushing Otsutsutsky DNA from Yoshiki into the boy's body. As within a week's time, the boy would grow horns, and for the sake of this what if, he's going to be named Menma. Menma's eyes would also start to change as he would develop Byakugan in his right and left eye. Scientists would watch over Menma for years, as he would have little to no social life, becoming a boy who was looked down upon by most people within the village. Because of this, he would be locked away for his own good, until the day that Minato and Kushina showed up and adopted him. After that day, Menma was praised as the son of the Fourth Hokage, known as Minato Namikaze, and the son of the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, known as Kushina Uzumaki, by most villagers, as we now switch to the perspective of Otsutsuki Naruto. Naruto would be in a space pod 1 light year away from Earth, as he would be talking to a computer, which, if we were to compare it from or to something in our Earth, if you will, it would be known as Siri, but here it's known as Otis. Naruto would be talking to Otis as he would cross his arms. How long until we reach the surface of this planet you call Earth? Almost under a light year, sir. Naruto thought, as he looked out into the sky, remembering when he had departed from his home world and his planet Oto, the home of the Otsutsutskis. I would consider this planet to be very similar to planet Vegeta in how it operates, as well as how it's designed and things of the sort, from Dragon Ball Z, and acts in a similar way to it. Naruto would remember the rough soil on the planet, but also the many metropolises. The first time he held his weapon of choice, and what I mean by that is most Otsutsuki we've seen possess weapons. Like for Yoshiki, Yoshiki possesses a fishing rod of sorts that collects chakra, and many other things. Naruto has a sword-like weapon that should be shown on screen, and the metropolis that they created was, well, amazing, at least in Naruto's mind. Naruto was a young warrior who was praised by some of the lower and middle-class Otsutsuki, like Ishiki. You see, the Otsutsuki were a class system. That's why I similarized it with the Saiyans. Somebody like Kinshiki would be the lower class, and somebody like Momoshiki would be the lower end of the middle class, and someone like Kaguya would be the lower end of the middle class as well. And some of the higher ranking Otsutsukis would scale above even that. Naruto had strong blood ties to the king of the Otsutsuki, Nashiki, to Naruto, but King and Lord Nashiki to the Otsutsuki on the planet. Naruto was a true king, and so was his father, who had single-handedly taught each member of the clan. Naruto was born into the higher class of the Otsutsuki, being the third son to Nashiki and his favorite. He was trained in the art of combat from a young age and easily was able to compete and defeat the lower class Saiyans. And not just that, he could faro class them. And what I mean by Saiyans is the Otsutsutski. You see, they're so similar that you could confuse them at times. But they are known as the Otsutskis. In this timeline, they have many, I guess you could say, idols. The Otsutsuki are afraid of certain species, but also are triumphant over others, like humans. Well, at least seem to be. We now switch back to Naruto's perspective. Naruto remembered the first time that he had opened his eyes. He had much stronger memory than humans. He remembered that, well, he was a very powerful child. He was praised. He loved the praise that the many Otsutsuki villagers and warriors would give him. Whenever he walked through the streets, he was a prince, a king, nothing short. He was known as Naruto the Destroyer, Naruto the Great One. Otsutsutski in this timeline have lives that move a lot faster. For example, 1 year for a human was like, I guess you could say, 2 years to 3 years for an Otsutsuki. At least body-wise. But they did move with time like any other species. Though, Otsutsuki in this timeline, as I'm changing it up a bit, have much longer lifespans, being almost immortal. So that time, speed if you will, doesn't really affect them, and it's merely just a number. Naruto would think even deeper to his childhood, remembering when his father had taken the life of his mother in front of him. As a mere infant, he watched as his mother's life faded from her eyes. His father, Lord Nashiki, did that just to show Naruto that bonds only weakened their kind. Nashiki showed no remorse to his third wife, as he killed the 2 previous wives he had before that time. Naruto watching would cry as after that day he became a ruthless murderer, just like his 2 other brothers, who did the same. Naruto's sole goal from that point on was defeating his father and changing the Otsutsutskis as a species and race. Naruto would smirk. "I will do that, I promise you, mother," Naruto would say under his breath, as his horns would tingle. The computer device that I stated was known as Otis would tell Naruto that he should know better than to have such pointless feelings. Naruto would look to the machine as Otis would say that feelings are for the weak, but before it could fully say weak, Naruto would say shut the hell up, slamming his arm into it, which would cause his ship to go off course and free fall at intense speeds down to Earth. Naruto would feel his space pod land as he would press a button that would open it. Naruto would breathe in the fresh air back home. The gravity was 17 times Earth's, so he felt as light as a feather, able to jump around the planet at high speeds. Eventually, Naruto would fall to the ground due to the high velocity, as his head would slam across a rock, causing Naruto to forget each and every memory that he had, except for his name, and things like that. It had seemed that his past mission had been forgotten, but at this point, Naruto would pass out, being found by some wanderers that took Naruto to the Hidden Leaf Village, where he could be treated. Naruto would wake up in a hospital bed, as the nurse in the room would tell Naruto that he's lucky to be alive. The part of the brain that controls his memories near the limbic system was rattled, causing it to lose its memories, or causing you to lose your memories, which would mean that you no longer have your memories. I remember a few things, Naruto would say. "My name's Naruto. I have horns, and I'm really strong, but that's about it." Naruto would ask who the leader of the village is, with the nurse saying, "Minato Namikaze," who is within that building, pointing to the Hokage office. Naruto would look at it intently. "It's nice, isn't it?" "Well, it's the place where the Hokage sits." Naruto thought. Naruto would push Chakra into his feet, leaping out of his bed, and leaping through the window, as he would look at Minato, who would look back at Naruto. Naruto would now, at this current time, be in front of Minato, facing in his direction. Naruto thought, ready for combat, as Minato would scratch his head, laughing, and then going straight to his stern gaze. Why are you here? I... I... Naruto couldn't find the words to speak. I don't know, but I'm... May I please live within the borders of this village? Minato thought, asking how old Naruto was and where he came from. Naruto would say that he's about 10, with Minato laughing, sensing the immense amount of chakra within Naruto. What village are you from? He would ask, as Naruto would say he comes from the sky. Huh? Minato would say. He comes from the sky. Huh? Minato thought, laughing. Nice joke. And yes, you may stay in this village on one term. Land one hit on me, and you can stay. Naruto would smile. Sure thing. I remember one other thing, he thought. I love to fight. They would walk to a secluded training ground as Naruto would rush towards Minato, who would quickly use Flying Raijin to get out of the way. You have skills like a ninja, Minato would say, who would quickly use Flying Raijin yet again. So, you were lying to me, weren't you? You must be from the sand or something like that, right? No, Minato, I wasn't joking, nor was I lying, Naruto would say. Though the rest of my origin is unclear to me, the doctor who I met here said that the limbic system in my brain was rattled, causing me to forget most of my memories. Unfortunate, Minato thought. You possess extraordinary chakra for your young age. Little did Minato know, Naruto was merely a boy from Oto, a child prodigy. And in his element, he was the ruthless son of Lord Nashiki, king of the Otsutsutski. But Naruto didn't know this either. Naruto would squint his eyes as his horns tingled and his eyes became sage-like. Naruto instinctively would punch the ground as rocks would fly towards Minato. Naruto would then appear behind Minato, grabbing the back of his Hokage robe and punching him, as Naruto would say, "How's that for one hit?" Naruto would fall to the ground as his hand would start to smoke, or start to have wind surround it, as the rest of his body would do the same. Naruto had been working himself too far, and overworking himself, in fact, as his alien parts had needed to sleep, especially on a foreign planet. He still wasn't used to it. Naruto would pass out as Minato would pick Naruto up and would put him on his bed, or one of his beds, that he and Kushina had in their home. You see, Minato and Kushina had been trying to have a baby for months with no success. That is why they adopted Menma in the first place. As Naruto was asleep, Kushina would watch him, intrigued at the boy and his appearance, realizing that he looked a lot like Menma. The pale skin, the horns, everything was so similar. Kushina would bring this up to Minato, who thought the same thing, as they thought about adopting him as well, so that Menma could have a brother and someone around like him. This would cause Naruto to be asked the next day if he wanted to join the family. Naruto, seeing Menma as someone who he could relate to, at least appearance-wise, would join the family, as well as the fact that Minato had showed a great amount of kindness to him. As the adoption process would start, and at the end of the next month, Naruto would be fully adopted into the family. At this point, Menma and Naruto had been good brothers, training every day and sparring together every chance they got. Naruto had strengthened the skills he had on planet Oto, like flying, strength, defense, his sight with the Byakugan and Rinnegan, which Naruto has, and his sword skills, as I explained, that is Naruto's weapon. And Menma, through training with Naruto, strengthened many of his abilities. He also got a sword and developed his first 3 training natures: wind, lightning, and fire, with Naruto having all 5. Menma would then be taught by Minato both the Rasengan and Flying Raijin, as well as the multi-shadow clone jutsu. Due to their immense chakra levels rivaling the tailed beast, it would take Menma and Naruto 2 years to learn these things, thanks to their Otsutsutski DNA, allowing them to progress much faster than the average person. Menma and Naruto would have to be entered into the academy so that they could join the ninja system, as they would be placed on a 3-man squad with Sasuke, Uchiha, and due to that, we would see a team of 3 dojutsu wielders, which is a pretty good thing for the Leaf. This was actually done on purpose, as it was a bit of a power experiment. To have a team filled with dojutsu users like Sasuke, Menma, and Naruto could mean a great reach of possibilities for the Leaf as a people and as a collective. The team would be formed as Menma and Naruto would be happy to get Kakashi, a family friend and an uncle figure to Naruto and Menma. Kakashi would also be pleased for the future of the three, but that being said, he wouldn't go easy on them. Fight to kill, Kakashi would say. Tomorrow at 8 a.m., come here, and likewise, both parties shall not hold back. They would nod as they would come back the next day, ready for the beep test, or the bell test. Basically, I've kind of changed up the bell test to become the beep test, which I'll explain later on, as they will take it again later on, but you'll just have to wait for those next parts. But for now, we're just going to address it as the bell test. The bell test would then begin as Kakashi would explain that the goal of the exercise is to get the bells from him. But in reality, due to Naruto and Menma knowing Kakashi so well and knowing his reputation to fail people, they had done research previously on it. And they knew that the main goal was to use teamwork, as he would tell Sasuke this, as Sasuke would understand. All three would line up in a, I guess you could say, 3-man line into battle stances as they would charge towards Kakashi. And with that being said, this has been What If Naruto Was an Otsutsutski. The like goal for this video is 400 likes, so make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Comment down below your thoughts and feelings about the video and your what if suggestions. Share the video to a friend who likes what is, or just anime content in general. And as always, this has been RamiX and RamiX